Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Noble Lounge with Valley Noble. We're here today with one of our BYU students in Hawaii, and her name is Lia, but I'm going to let Lia introduce herself. So take it away, Lia. Nice to have you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so aloha, I'm Leah. I'm a freshman. I'm currently taking my third semester here at BYU Hawaii, and I'm from Philippines, and I'm married. So my husband and I got married before we came here, and yeah, I'm taking a visual arts major here.
Oh, that's exciting. So tell us what happens in your visual arts degree.
Oh, so my concentration in visual arts is painting and illustration. So it's very output based. We draw a lot. Like our finals doesn't have much exams at all. It's just like presenting your whole work. So it's like deadline based. Yeah, I love it though. It's totally my passion.
That's really nice. And what kind of so after school, what type of, I suppose, focus would you like to look on?
After school, honestly, if you would ask me, I would really love to become a full-time mom. Like, yeah, and doing part-time like arts. Like, I still want art to be a part of my life. So, like doing freelancing and stuff. But yeah, I want to focus on being like a homemaker, a mom, family based.
That's a very big job. That's probably one of your biggest you'll ever do. So yeah, that's awesome. And then I guess you could always say this is how mum does her drawings and artwork. So yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
That's great. So 3 semesters and married. How has that been? I guess transitioning as a student, that would be different to transition to come to BYU as a married student. How was that?
Oh, it was you know how you also adjust when you're newly married, like you adjust to each other, you adjust to living together. So we were able to go past that phase, and then we went here to BYU Hawaii, and it's everything's just so stressful for both of us individually. And so like there's a lot of things we really need to work on. There's a lot of stress, anxiety, and talking with each other. So, like there's things we need to manage with our own selves and things we need to manage as a couple, as husband and wife. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Well, thank you for bringing that up because you're our first interview of students that is married. So that's a whole new other life that we haven't even sort of touched on. So, and I guess you have your own stresses of missing home, missing your family, but the added stress with a partner of what they're going through and yeah, what how to sort of work that together. I guess it's an added stress but a added bonus as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
nice. So what made you guys both come to BYU, or what made you sort of say BYU is the place for us, let's go there?
Oh, I think for both of us, BYU Hawaii has always been our childhood dream because I remember going home from my mission. Two of my main goals is to get to BYU Hawaii and to get married. And I would tell myself if I am to get married first before I go to BYU Hawaii, I want to be with someone who has the same goals as we. So yeah, we found each other. We're like, wow, I want to go to BYU Hawaii too. So we work on that together.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. I think that's really neat to say because when I went to BYU Hawaii many, many years ago, I had friends to come with. So as even though we were all pretty, scared and excited, but we
Yeah.
had someone that we came with, so it wasn't so scary. But yeah, that's great that you found each other and had those same goals to go to BYU. So that's awesome. And I guess, what were the challenges as a student when you're in BYU? What kind of challenges did you find yourself in?
Well, I oh my goodness, my first semester, I was so stressed and so like just adjusting in general. I would like get tired of just hearing English the whole day. And it's not, yeah, it's been years. I graduated high school in 2018, so I'm not really used to having homeworks and all these things to do. And at the same time, like I have so many like personal issues, like depression, anxiety, those things. I've been having self-esteem issues too, and just like those kind of things together with the stress. So it's a lot of things. It was a lot of things to work on. Yeah.
How did you work through having those added stresses of having depression? What did you do to help yourself?
Well, one thing, the first thing I did was actually schedule an appointment with the counseling services. It's been something, yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do to see a therapist back in the Philippines, but it was so expensive. So now that it's free here, we have free counseling here. It's like, I want that. I need that. And receiving counseling is different from really trying to work it out. Like they can give you all these counsels, all these things you can improve, but to actually like do it, like if you're in the middle of an anxiety or panic attack, like you need to really push yourself, and that's kind of like another kind of hard too. So yeah, I mean, like my husband really did a lot for me during those times. Like it's like you need an added support. It's like, oh, he's there.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad because, a lot of us have, and in our cultures, sometimes it's a little difficult to speak up that, we may have depression or anxiety or any mental health issues. I guess in our families we say, oh, don't talk about that, or it's not talked about enough. And I
Yeah.
think it's really important that we do talk about it and we help others to get that support. I'm really, thank you so much for sharing that, because it really helps our other watchers, our other viewers, to know that there is help out there, and that you enjoyed going to therapy, and sort of having those strategies to work through. We're really lucky at Valley Noble because we have that expertise from Charlene, who enables us to be able to create material and resources for people like yourself and myself,
Mhm.
and others who may be needing more resources for to help them work through their mental health. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah,
No
and
worries.
what kind of resources do you think that you would love to see more of? I guess that you haven't seen as much of, but you'd think, oh, I'd like to see more of those mental health resources.
Hmm. I guess it's kind of like personal, but oh, not personal, but having more access to other people's stories. Like, because one thing that's like, if you're in that like middle of like a depression or something, you really feel alone and you're like, oh, I'm the worst person on earth. I'm just like alone. And yeah, having access, I think, to like other people's stories about this, it's like, oh, it's not just me. Like, it's, just kind of like that. I don't really know how to say it.
Yes, no, I
Yeah.
totally get you because when you see other stories or others sharing their experiences that you can sort of relate to, you think, oh, okay, I'm not alone. There are other people that go through this, and maybe I might be able to try their what they've done to help them. So I guess that leads us into the next question, which would be, what kind of things would you advise others who are, maybe struggling with things like homesickness or loneliness or like yourself, depression and anxiety? What kind of, I guess, tips would you give them, especially when they're studying as an international student?
Yeah. Well, I would say make the best use of your resources. There's a lot of resources, even your own friends. You can open up to people you trust and be like, I need help with this thing. And resources like different departments in the campus, like as mentioned before, the counseling services, they offer free counseling. And because like all those things. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much. That's great. And just on that little note, I do have a this guy in the back here. So if in the
Oh,
audio you hear a little bit of snoring, it's him.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's so
making
cute.
himself quite loud at the moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing that because I think it really needs to, that message that you're sharing is really needs to be put out there a lot more, and for to people to come together and share their experiences. So thank you so much. That's awesome. So we have Leah here that who is going to be working on our next project with Valley Noble, and we are doing more resources around mental health and well-being, so she's going to have a little bit of expert advice there as well from some lived experience. So we're really excited to have you on board, Leah. We met with
Oh,
them
thank you.
yesterday, Leah and her team, so it's really exciting for us to have you on board. But is there anything else that you'd like to say? Oh yes, I guess in the comments, Leah, what's something that you would like our audience to share in the comments?
Hmm. Yeah, share something you're grateful for today. Yeah,
Ah,
and you
that's
can.
great. So everyone, that's Leah's choice for us today. Share something you're grateful for today in the comments. Awesome. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So that's I'm Sylves again from Valley Noble, and we're signing out today. But thank you again, Leah, and we will be back with our other interviews next time. But thanks a lot. See you. Bye.
Thank you.